Thank you. Welcome back to Colonel Field for the Boys City Championship match between the Holy Name Cardinals and the North Middle School Cadets. First, before the game begins, we'd like to thank our sponsors for putting us on.
We have Ryan Monroe, your local Edward Jones investment advisor at 700 Barrett Boulevard. We also have Shane Bogus, your local State Farm insurance agent at 2003 Stapp Drive.
Yeah. So here we go.
Both of them have ties to this game. So
yeah,
it's
both
nice,
of them. Yep.
Nice to have some people that are, putting some, effort, energy into making sure these guys are getting some airtime and some video out there.
Yeah, we got Ryan Monroe, one of our sponsors, actually the head coach for the North Middle School Cadets, and Shane Bogus, his son Caden, plays for the Cadets. He actually plays right back. He's starting right back for the Cadets tonight in the city championship game as a sixth grader, I believe.
Okay, impressive, yeah.
Or seventh grader. I don't know, I take that back. I think he's a seventh grader this year.
It's one thing we had talked to our middle school coaches about, putting what grade they are on the rosters.
Yeah.
On the rosters.
So if you're following the game with us live, if you're watching, you're going to see the Holy Name Cardinals going from left to right in their white and blacks, while the North Middle School Cadets are going to be going from right to left in their all-maroon kits.
Coach, do you have a concern with the color of socks? Because a lot of times we get some backlash from referees if it's this close.
You know, I think the quality of officiating on the field isn't going to be looking at socks so much. I don't really see the NFHS's concern with socks. And Zane Hazelwood, off to a rocky start, already lost his glasses. That's whenever I decided, about that age, I was no longer wearing glasses to play soccer. I tried the rec specs, the goggles. They didn't work. They really didn't work because it kind of hurt to head the ball, to be honest with you. And then I tried glasses, and they just keep popping off all the time. So I was like, I just forced myself to wear contacts, and now I hardly ever take them out.
That's not healthy.
No, it's not. It's not healthy. I take them out every once in a while, especially this time of year with the harvest and everything. I got to. My eyes got to give them a break.
My wife works at an eye doctor's office, so I just want to make sure that I.
Well, let's talk soccer and not my health. Dude.
Okay, all right. Well, I just want to make sure we're all pulling the same direction here.
Okay, so here we go. Off to a start. It was very similar to the first game. Here's Holy Name applying pressure immediately to the opponent's 18.
Coach, we said earlier, first five, last five every half.
Last five. Let's see what happens.
First five. Weather the storm, and then get into the attack.
Now, Will Roberts is still in attendance, making his way through the crowd, watching his cadets come out and battle for this to bring home the championship. Now, what we saw in the first game was sometimes we'd see Holy Name or the South girls would drop a little bit where their backs were sitting way back. And now you see them, Holy Name boys are pushed up a little bit higher, not sitting back so deep. And we get a foul right off the bat. Miles Pryor looks like he pushed off on the smaller Zerone.
So Eduardo was his older brother, correct?
Eduardo was his older brother, as was Darwin.
Okay.
Zerone was his
older brother. Lots
of
good soccer players.
Lots of good soccer players.
There.
Yeah, great lineage.
Yeah.
Dad Rigo's a heck of a player himself. He's talented. So, I mean, it's a player that we definitely look at. We're like, man, we get another Zerone come through the pipeline, man. That'd be great.
So do you know the Pryor kid that's on the field?
I'm aware of him. I see him from time to time.
Are you going to claim him tonight or?
Depends.
Okay.
It all depends on play.
Okay.
My children know that I only love them when they play well. That's the only time. Like,
that's right.
If they don't, then they need to talk to their mom if they need something.
Right.
Basically, so.
Yeah, just high expectations.
Yeah.
Here we are, 3 minutes into the boys middle school championship here. We have a 0-0 score with Holy Name putting more pressure.
Yep. And, but yes, I am Miles Pryor, number 24 for the North Middle School Cadets is my son. He is an 8th grader at North, and so here he is in his 8th grade year trying to pull a double up, trying to be back-to-back city champs. Last year was the first time North has ever won a city championship, He's looking to make it a double and really kind of cement like a legacy that his older brother Elliott wasn't able to capture.
In a good switch of the field here. There's a little bit of space in behind Holy Name if they can find it now.
Yeah, and here's this is similar to what we saw with North and Holy Name earlier. This is where now, with South and Holy Name earlier, North needs to get out.
Yeah, that's what's tough about middle school games. I think you watch the game and they're leaving 4 players back defensively, and they're not really marking anybody.
Yep.
You'd rather the right back push on.
I do like that this left back has cheated up a little.
Yep.
Number 26 here on the near
spot. Right here, though, you got to go.
Connor Murray just kind of cheated up a little bit because, like you said, he's not doing anything back there. Here's Boone Thompson, son of one Chad Thompson, and who's actually calling the game.
He's in the press box over there.
He's the press box calling the game for everybody. And Lindsey Thompson. Lindsey's the principal at Central Learning Academy. Chad is one of our superintendents in Central office.
He's actually one of the people that was there at the very beginning for me. So
yep,
always been a big fan of his.
He's a big soccer guy. We don't blame him for being from Marshall County, but he's a big soccer guy. Plays on some of those Marshall teams that were Final Four level teams alongside Aaron Beth, prolific goal scorer. We have Reed Campbell in the middle of the field for the cadets as well, number 16.
So we got through the initial 5-minute rush, right? So based on our calculations, we won't see a goal here for the next 20 minutes. Is that correct?
That's right. Unless we get one right here, and what a great play!
There, yeah.
I believe that's got to be Tyler Payne. Tyler's a hard-nosed. He is like the prototypical Henderson County player, as is Boone. As is Boone. They both just have grit and they're tough. Kind of like they were born back in 1989.
You know who was born in 1989?
Who?
I was.
We're not born in played in 1989. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. Well, you don't look a day over 22.
Careful there. Wasn't sure where you're going to go with that.
All right. Holy Name sustaining pressure on this North team. I think both these games were 1-0 games in the regular season.
Okay.
I do believe them being a 1-goal separation. Now we're bringing in Oliver Google. Up top, Oliver is, I believe, a 6th grader. Might be a 5th grader. And his sister is Layla Google. That played on the girls' team last night, that I look to be in the future, a major contributor on the girls' side.
I agree. She's always very athletic and runs. She does cross country, I think, as well still, and just runs and runs and runs. So it's awesome. Yeah,
Oliver, I've seen him score some goals this year that I was like, man, that is just creative. He does stuff just instinctually that you're like, man, if we teach this kid how to be a goal scorer, he could be a problem.
So you think he's 5th grade or 6th grade?
He's 5th or 6th. I know he's not 7th.
Okay.
But he's 5th or 6th grade. I'm fairly confident of that. And there we go. We got a foul there. We'll see what they're going to put Miles Pryor on the free kicks. Typically, he hits a lot of the free kicks for them. He won't. Sometimes he doesn't hit the corners. He won't take the corners. The coach will put him in. Coach Monroe will put him in to score them. But with 22 minutes, 22 and a half here, this is an opportunity.
Trouble ball to the back post. Good save there from the goalkeeper.
Good save from the goalkeeper. And the goalkeeper.
Brave coming to get it.
Now, you know the family of the goalkeeper.
Yeah. Younger brother of Ashby Greenwell that played for us for 4 years. And
that's on the north side.
Oh, no. Who's this one then?
This one is Owen Smith. One Morgan Smith's little brother. Yeah, so he's
I got ahead of myself on the notes tonight.
Yeah, he's Owen is also has an older sister who's a lady colonel.
And doing very well for us as well. She's been a starter for most of the season. She's been one of those that's featured in pretty much every game we've played this year and been a big contributor.
And she, as I was saying about some of these kids that are out here right now, she is a prototypical colonel.
Yep.
She
Runs
is
nonstop,
tough
yep.
and grit and hard-nosed and doesn't care if it hurts a little bit. She's going to put herself out there to play. Speaking of, we were just mentioning a second ago, Ashby Greenwell in attendance. Must have gotten the clearance from Coach Soderling to have a night off to come attend her younger brother's game. Talking with the Greenwell family previously, like in the past week or so, Jesse has an intention of wanting to become a goalie. So that's something as a coach we're going to try to find him a goalie coach to work with and somebody kind of teach him the ins and outs and really try to bring him along because really a lot of what he does, he just does off what his sisters told him.
Yep. Good instincts.
Yep, good instincts. It's in the genes, I guess.
And his sister was a heck of a keeper for us. She was an all-state level keeper and, made some deep runs with us as well.
Here we go. Holy Name with a free kick just outside the 18 as well. Looks like maybe not Parker Haynes. I wonder if that's Zane Hazelwood, younger brother of Warren Hazelwood. That was a Colonel soccer player.
It's trouble.
Off the
right
woodwork.
Off the crossbar.
All right.
A great shot in there with 10 minutes into the game here. We are still at 0-0.
Both teams with two really good chances on set pieces.
Very good chances.
That could be an interesting thing to keep an eye on here. Could either one of these teams do something? Looks like Stennett Wiggins with the goal kick. This is and Parker Haynes, number 11. He's one to keep an eye on. I do know he's a sixth grader, and he's Lola Haynes' little brother.
Who just won the first city championship.
Who just won the city championship. He's a tough player. Spends his club time over at Indiana Fire. So he's one to keep an eye on tonight. He had a big night last night. Him and Zane Hazelwood are a really strong pairing.
Got Miles looking to open the game up there to the far side.
Yeah.
Just look for it again, see if he can. Yeah, very good on the 1-2.
Him and Jack Monroe have played a lot of soccer together over the years, and they've learned. And what a ball! Well, if it just sneaks through to the backside, I feel like that's a great opportunity to finish from 44, Dane Schwartz.
As you said, Oliver came in and mixed it up right away, right? Got involved from the first whistle. Good feet there.
Yeah, he's got good footwork. Zane is the Zane train. I mean, he is the Zane train. He is just all energy. He is super active. Connor Murray, tough player. He's a tough player out there on the back for North. I know he just knocked that one out of bounds, but keep an eye on him. He's pretty tough. All right, Angel Arroyo coming on for the Holy Name Cardinals. We get the ball in play, and it's going to be a goal kick for the Cadets. So with just a little over 18 minutes to play, it's still sitting at 0-0. Both teams attempting one shot so far. A lot of game being played in the middle third of the field.
I think it was Coach Kevin Steele's up there doing the stats tonight.
I think Kevin Steele is using the stats. And to be noted, our scoreboard does run shots and corner kicks. And Coach Steele said, when I run the clock, I intend on using all the buttons. He was not going to let any of those lights go to waste.
That's right.
So yeah, he's doing a fantastic job keeping up with that and just letting the fans know what's happening on the field. Because sometimes they might turn their head and start talking, and get distracted. All right. Beckham Womack putting a little pressure on Miles Pryor there and forces him to cough it up. Miles needs to play a little bit quicker.
This looks like a little bit of trouble here for North.
They don't stick a foot out. That's the worst thing you can do. Like I said, Zane's quick. He's got quick feet. He's crafty. We got a handball coming out.
Get a little bit of break now. So, what do you think are the keys now to this game? Now that we're 13 minutes in, the game's starting to settle in. If you're North in this kind of situation, what do you think the key is for them to get going?
Well, I'll tell you right now, I'm really impressed with the shape that Holy Name's playing, and it almost looks like they're playing a 4-3-2-1 at times. So it's going to be North looking to see where the pockets are and playing them and playing a little bit quicker. I think North has some decent players across the back line. I think if North will use use some pace in the right places, I think they can get behind them. You'd like to see Miles Pryor be a little bit cleaner with that ball right there. Reed Campbell with a nice little bit of soccer there. And Miles puts it in. That's kind of where they need to go with this team, because I don't know how much pace North has in the back. And on the other side, it's Holy Name has in the back. I think on the other side, I think Holy Names just needs to kind of keep doing what they've been doing. They've gotten the ball up and used their two players in Zane and Parker to create goal-scoring chances.
This one definitely has a different feel. The last one felt a little more frantic, a little bit more up and back like a basketball game. This one kind of has a feel of just a long-term, slow game.
Kind of feels like we mentioned it in the first game. Kind of feels a little bit more like a heavyweight fight. Not a welterweight. This ain't a flyweight fight. Like, they ain't throwing a bunch of punches. It's a little bit of like, all right, we don't want to get going too far. We don't want to stretch out too much.
I've never been a fighter. I'm, more of a lover, not a fighter,
Yep.
But I imagine, you get a couple body blows in here. Ooh, a good shot from distance here.
Yep.
There's a shot on target there.
If there's one thing that Miles will bring to the table is he plays a very good ball. He strikes the ball very well. That's why if they can get some activity in the middle third or in the attacking third and get some fouls, it might make a problem.
I think he needs to get a little higher, though. He's not marking anybody right now. Get into that space right there.
Closer to the official. Are you right?
Yeah.
I love that spot.
So now he's just tracking back for no reason. In my opinion, no reason.
Yeah, I would agree. I want
that
him
space there.
Yeah, that's those are the spots. That's the spot we want him in. Like, we need that throw in to go to him. Not now, because now Parker's picking him up. But if we get our head up a little bit quicker, find him. Yeah, that's tough. That's nice right there. I have varsity players that can't do that. All right, just a simple throw it to my feet and I'm going to pass it back to you.
Yep.
On the ground.
Great job there from Oliver, keeping possession, keeping the game moving.
Yep.
Go out the other side.
Good little switch. You'd like to see Caden maybe be a little bit more composure. That composure, it doesn't matter. It's not a boy or a girl thing. It's that's something that's learned, and you'd like to see Caden with that ball when Miles switched it to him to get his head up and look.
It's a nice little flick around the corner there from Hazelwood, I think.
Yep, Zane Hazelwood.
Yep. Nice little flick to get Parker in, I think, on that last one. Corner kick here for Holy Name. We've got about 13 minutes to play here in the first half. And we said it, we're spot on. I think that it's going to be more of a defensive matchup, right? It's going to be a little bit tougher to find space. So it could be a really, really crucial goal, whichever one goes in first.
When teams are this evenly matched, it's very hard for one to win three in a row, in a single season. It's very difficult to win 3 in a row because you've seen each other, you know what the other's doing. The other feels the confidence of winning 2. And I don't know about that.
Would have rolled all the way in there
to the keeper's hands.
I don't know if I'd let that one go all the way.
I don't think I would either. I don't think I'm. Miles and Beckham Womack battling it out. Beckham's a tough little player. I've had the pleasure of coaching for a couple seasons at our club level. Now he's playing his soccer at here we go, Dane Shorts. Oh, nice little move to get by his man. What a great ball in.
Ooh. What a great opportunity it was. That's great soccer there from North. Great opportunity.
Yeah. Jack Monroe, son of head coach Ryan Monroe, does a great job to get a foot on that. What a great cross by Dane Schwartz, by the way.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
That's what you ask for from your wide players, right?
Yep.
Take players on, get service into the box, make it tough on defenders.
Exactly. On the ball here is Nate Shields, son of assistant coach for Holy Name, Kevin Shields.
Touch there.
Yeah, good touch. Brings it right down. Number 4 on the ball is Cooper.
Have it.
Ooh. Number 4 for North Cadets is Cooper Monroe, son of Ryan Monroe. Okay. So he's got 2 boys on the team. Cooper is a 5th grader. is a fifth grader at Spotsville Elementary.
Okay.
Ryan's done a really good job of reaching out to the younger crowd at the North Middle School feeders. I'm like, hey, if you want to play, we'll let you play.
Which is great. Gets more kids involved at an earlier age, maybe develop a few more skills along the way that they might not have otherwise.
Absolutely. That's a tip of the cap to leadership over at North as well that wants that to be a place for kids,
sure.
To be involved. North now applying more pressure. It's kind of been like that, It's like sitting over here for a minute, and then it's going to go back and it's going to sit down here for a minute.
We are 10 minutes to play in the half. Again, 0-0 here in the boys' middle school city championship. Here with North versus Holy Name.
How about that? You got a middle school team passing all the way back to their keeper. I kind of like that.
You don't see it very often?
No, you don't see it very often. I like it.
As you said, a lot of varsity teams don't do that.
Yeah. No, they would have turned and just kicked it straight out of bounds. On the near side ball boy is Elliot Pryor, right here in front of us. He's been on the team. He's playing varsity soccer this year. Played for North Middle School for 3 seasons. And we got a cleat gone flying there.
That might be a first for me. Without any kind of contact, it just went flying.
No, we in one of our JV games, one of our keepers, Carson Emick, he took a goal kick, and his cleat went flying. Now, given kids buy cleats now that don't have laces, he has cleats that don't have laces. So I think they just kind of stretched out and just went whoop. And Kevin and I just looked at each other, Coach Steele, and I just kind of looked at each other like, what did we just witness? Beckham Walmick, I tell you, he's got a good service too. He may not hit it as heavy as Miles, but he can really serve a fantastic ball in. Boone Thompson getting low so he didn't get smoked in the back of the head by his keeper. Here's Caleb Elder chasing one out of bounds. Caleb's older brother is Aiden Wilson, who plays for the Colonels.
Okay. That's why I keep you around.
Yeah, well,
you got all the family ties, connections.
It's just kind of, it's always connecting the dots, right? Met Zane Hazelwood, also his older sister, is Clara Hazelwood, who's a cheerleader that once played for the cadets. For the Lady Colonels.
Good ball out of the back here for Holy Name. See if
North
can get back in possession. This is, again, we saw in the first game. You can definitely tell the middle school level, right? Like just showing a little bit more composure, take a touch, and then play out. Just so your team can keep possession a little bit more and get back into the attack pretty quick.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just one touch can make a world of difference in this game right now. And the ball back at midfield. Trickles out. We're going to have a throw in for Holy Name. With the score 0-0 with 8 minutes to play here at Colonel Field in the city championship. We saw a pretty good game last night between the boys of Holy Name and South Middle School.
Very good game.
Very good game.
Yep, back and forth all the way to the end.
They played extremely well. South had nothing to hang their heads about. They fought really hard, and the second half was entertaining, very entertaining.
Yeah, as a neutral, I'd like to see goals.
Yeah,
So
always.
it was good to see a lot of goals last night, and hoping for maybe second half with a few adjustments. Get a couple goals here in the second half.
All right, Jack Monroe, a little bit of a nice footwork on the ball. Probably the one thing Miles lacks is that separation speed. He does a good job of getting the ball down, but then he gets stuck with it because he just doesn't have that breakaway, that separation speed.
He's smooth on the ball. He doesn't look like he's really, sometimes players look effortlessly. He doesn't really look like he's, like if he walks out there right now, it don't look like he'd be sweating.
Right. It's kind of the way Connor Mattingly referees. It's very effortless.
Yeah, just very a very natural flow.
Very effortless.
Yeah.
Some might say it's lazy, but it's not. He's doing his job.
Yeah. To the untrained eye.
Yeah. Well, and I'll be honest, Miles he plays basketball. He plays basketball the same way. It's kind of like this flow. It's not this not this extreme speed. Head coach for the South Middle School Bulldogs just walked by, Derek Mattingly. In his first season, got his team ready and competed well last night.
Yeah, and again, good halftime message because they kind of had a rough first half and it really changed the momentum there in the second half last night.
Throw in for the Cadets here on the near side. Oh, it looks like they're giving it to Holy Name.
Ooh.
Yep. There's Zane. Zane's probably thinking to himself, I'm not ever the bigger guy, but I don't know what to do here. I can make those jokes because I'm short. You don't get to make those jokes about me.
Yeah. No, I would never. Never think of it.
I think you would. Let's see. Miles is going to put one in.
It's trouble.
I mean, as I mentioned, he hits a really heavy ball.
And that's from midfield, getting an opportunity there.
Yep. And just enough of a foul. Just enough of a nuisance to garner some attention. And Zane and Miles, I think they have a love-hate relationship.
I bet right now it's a little bit more of one or the other.
Yeah.
One versus the other.
Miles with the throw in for the North Middle School Cadets.
It's very congested on this side of the field. Again, if you can kind of get a little bit of separation to be able to switch the point of attack, there's a little bit of opportunity for either team here. If we could,
and like Tyler Payne right now is kind of cheating over. I'd like to see him go back to about the other side of that of the circle. If he hops out there and anybody's able to pass him the ball, he's gonna have a great opportunity to score, and he can score. He shoots the ball really well for primarily a defensive player.
Yeah. So we're under 5 minutes. We're in that window again, Coach. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say goal comes in the next 4 minutes and 25 seconds. Keep true to our
and here's the deal:
before 5 or after 5.
With the way this game's being played out, one goal might win it.
I think so too.
Yeah. All the games have been one goal, have won it, or it might have been 2-1, 1-0. I think they might have been, but it's a goal separation. Nobody's gotten away from anybody.
Yeah. You can see that here in the first half. Very balanced, very good matchup.
Yeah.
Lots of talent on both sides. So it's definitely a good game here.
Yeah. Captain number 50, Stennett Wiggins, to deny the ball for moving forward by the Holy Name. Number 8, Will Thomas. He's one that I want to keep an eye on. He's just really kind of picked up soccer like in the last year or so. Primarily had been a baseball player most of his life, and just told his dad and said, "Hey," and his mom, like, I want to try soccer. And man, I tell you what, the kid just gets it. I've watched him enough to say the kid just gets it. We get some coaching in on him, and he's gonna be a handful.
They're good size too.
Yeah. Boone Thompson plays the ball up, creates a problem.
A little bit of pressure here again.
Oh, good job by Beckham Womack to get out. No, maybe like to see Miles do a little bit more with that than. I mean, he kind of had
taking a chance.
Yep. I'd like to see him maybe look over at Jack Monroe, who was kind of coming up that right side. But if is he communicating that? That's always the question. That's the question we ask the varsity guys. Like, yeah, I can say you should pass him the ball, but did he ever say, pass me the ball?
Right.
Oh, just a little too firm on that throw, but I like the idea. I like the opportunity.
I know we've said this a couple times. It felt like the first game there's just a lot of goal mouth chances, right? This game's just been a lot more in the middle of the field. A couple turnovers here, then it's a couple turnovers there. Just not a whole lot of stuff in front of goal yet to really get people out of their chairs too much.
Yeah, absolutely. There we go.
So these kind of games are usually decided, we all know, as much as we'd love to say it's going to be a brilliant goal scored, volley, the top corner. What it's going to end up being
might be this
turn there from
feeling it left.
Ooh, great turn and great shot there.
With his left. I'll be honest, I didn't know he could do that.
We all learned something tonight.
Yeah.
But these games are usually decided on a mistake. a back
Yes.
pass that goes under somebody's foot or
Handball in the box.
Handball in the box. Something that just
Foul just outside the 18.
just to separate the two teams. It has to be something like that.
Zane's just a little too fast for Miles. But he's able to run him out of bounds. North gets the ball, man. They are really putting the pressure on Holy Name right now. Holy Name hadn't seen much of the North 18 in a minute.
Ooh. Yep, there's a foul.
Oh, a little bit of a foul. This is one that could be a problem from this distance.
So they can stretch it out this way, go to a little bit to the viewers' left here. There's a couple extra players that are open here for North if they can get there. Number 16, the back post, is unmarked at the moment. Miles went for
It's over his
goal.
head. And it's in. I told you.
I didn't think that was going in. I thought it went just over. The one joy of having black nets is sometimes those shots, you don't really know if it goes in or not.
Until it stops.
Until it stops.
Yeah. Speaking of the black nets, I think I might go back to white because sometimes I just don't like them. Because it's hard to tell if the ball hits it just looks like an empty goal mouth.
Yeah.
All the time.
But what a strike, though.
What a strike. What a strike. I mean,
Went for goal. I thought it was going to go a little bit over and just under the keeper or just under the crossbar over the keeper's hand.
We said it earlier.
Coach, should we say under 5 minutes or
under
what?
5 minutes. And we said set pieces.
I'm telling you.
It's like
we should do this for a living.
It's like we've done this before. It's like we've watched enough soccer to realize this could be the problem.
It's just we've seen it over and over and over. I've been part of teams that have scored those goals, been part of teams that have given up those goals right before half, and the halftime talk all of a sudden shifts again.
Yep. And I hope North better not slow back. They better not think, hey, this thing's over with 4 seconds left, because Parker Haynes right now can score this. I've seen him. Look at that.
And just into the side netting. And here we are at halftime here at Colonel Field. It is the North Cadets 1-0 up over the Holy Name Cardinals here in the Middle School City Championship.
Yeah.
We just want to take another minute to thank our sponsors, Ryan Monroe, your local Edward Jones investment advisor at 700 Barrett Boulevard, who's also leading the North Cadets into a halftime lead here. And also Shane Bogus, your local State Farm insurance agent at 2003 Stapp Drive. So again, thank you those guys for making sure this got televised and aired tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've had the pleasure of talking with Greg Busby and calling some of the girls' games last year, and whenever y'all made your great Final Four run last year. Hopefully you got another one in you this year. Hopefully we both do, right?
I'd love to both go. Yeah.
But it was so much fun because this is just something I like to do. Like, I would love to do this, call this level, this kind of game, high school level games, talk about soccer, talk about sports, just in general. It's kind of been a dream of mine a little bit.
So you just want to be Steve Tao, is that what I heard?
Well, I mean, I think Steve Tao wants to be me.
Okay.
It's just I'm not as popular as him.
Yeah.
I think ultimately he's already doing it,
right,
but he wishes he was me doing it. Right.
Okay, yeah. No,
I'm
picking up what you're putting down. Yeah. So speaking of Final Four runs.
Yeah.
Okay. What does it take for the Colonels to get off to a good start in the region tournament, and what is an ideal draw for you this year?
I think the ideal draw right now, I think our team can be honest and say we kind of hit a late season slump where we just didn't play to our ability. That's kind of the conversation we've been having as a team and as a coach. I mean, really just like on the guys, like, hey, it's not we are better than we play right now. We got to get back to playing to the level we can play at. So I think that's a big part of it, is playing to our ability. Like not playing down, not believing that we can win again. The best draw would ultimately be to find Madisonville on the other side. We got Coach Harris Aguisalau. His son is Christakis Aguisalau and Nikos Aguisalau. They're with Madisonville right now playing Hopkins County Central in their district championship.
Score prediction of that game? What do you think?
I'm going to go with like an 8-0.
Okay.
I'll go with a good 8-0. Hopkins County Central is actually playing some pretty good soccer right now. Beat Caldwell County, who was in the region final last year with us. They beat them 2-1 the other night. They had a really fireworks almost literally as electric box caught on fire and sparks started flying all over the place. And then they lost the transformer and they lost lights for that night, and they had to repair them the next day so they could play the second half of the game. And it was 0-0, and then Hopkins County Central wins 2-1 in one half of soccer.
Did that ever happen here? I feel like there's a story where
It did. It was 2008.
Do you know who graduated high school that year?
Imagine you.
Amazing.
It was 2008. We were playing Heath, which is no longer a school. That was one of the schools that fell into McCracken County. That merged into become McCracken County.
Yep, gotcha.
And they were just a powerhouse school from down in that area. They came up here for I believe it was the Sweet 16 game. Or it might have been the Elite 8 game. I can't remember which one exactly, but they came up here to play it, and it was definitely the Elite 8 game. They come up here for the Elite 8 game, and we're actually on the. If you're looking at the soccer field, we're on the right-hand side dugout. That's where we used to sit. We didn't sit on the left-hand side. We sat on the right-hand side back then.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, sparks start flying down. And we look up, and one of our lights had caught fire, and sparks were flying down, and all of a sudden, all the lights go out. We lost all the lights. I'm running out on the field because there's sparks falling down on top of our head. And I didn't want stuff to I didn't want a light bulb or something to land on top of my head.
For sure.
Yeah. So, funny story. We were playing absolutely horrible, and it's like we got a timeout, and we came out and actually ended up winning that game against a very, very good soccer team. Probably, we go on to lose in the region in the Final Four by a score of 2-0, 3-0, 2-0. That team we beat I think was better than the team we lost to.
Okay.
So, but I think ultimately, for us going forward, for me it's a lot of belief. It's just believe in yourself, believe in your teammates, and it's going to take a ton of effort. Like you can't. It's not going to happen without the work, and you know that as well as anybody. It's not gonna happen if you don't work at it. And if it might require you to make a run that you've never made before. It might require you to do something like throw your body in the way, like some of those girls from South were doing, just trying to keep it close. That's a big part of it going forward, because I'll tell you right now, Madisonville's playing extremely, extremely well, and we're gonna have to bring our game up. But now, so we're there, and then tomorrow night the football Colonels travel to Apollo, right?
Man, are they playing well?
Yeah, man. They, the benefit of having pretty much an entire team of seniors. Coach Boston, the message, the style of play, the tempo, everything, the culture, all there, and then having some just elite level guys at positions. He's really got them. He's got them dialed in this year.
And there's some big guys,
big boys.
Yeah, which is fun to watch.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. It's not like whenever you're a 43-year-old adult and you're not very big, and then Sadiq or Bryce Tapp walk by and you're like, that's a large human being.
Yeah,
and he's 17.
Yeah, right? Great guys.
So they're fantastic kids. They are awesome. Fantastic.
Yeah, awesome guy.
I like Jordan Wright because he makes me feel taller, because he's not taller than me.
Right.
So I like Jordan.
Talk about smooth.
Yeah.
Jordan Wright is smooth.
Yep. Yeah. He's just got that everything about him. Right. He reminds me. I always say he reminds me of Kevin Hart from Central Intelligence. Yeah. Just the coolest cat in the school. Even does backflips. I realized that the other day at one of the pep rallies. He even did a backflip, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, he is! That's who he is." But that's kind of we're looking forward to. This is my favorite time of year. It's put up or shut up.
It's a little stressful, but it makes it exciting.
Yep.
Right? Those we play a 21-game season, or sometimes 18, 19, 20, whatever it is, and so now it all of a sudden matters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not to say that the regular season doesn't matter, but it's just kind of a dress rehearsal for the important ones. So,
yeah, and we've done some things different late in the season that I think are going to benefit us. And I think that's been part of our not so great play, is that we implemented it late, and they're just growing into it. So hopefully we grow into it at the right time.
Sure.
We were talking about the girls' game earlier, playing sweeper stopper. In 2015, we went to Elite Eight. And with a week left in the regular season, I switched us to a sweeper-stopper system. And we rode that to an Elite Eight appearance.
Sometimes it just connects. It it fits at the right time.
Yeah, so I'm hoping the little bit of changes we made will do that. And, I bet right now with 2 minutes to go till we start the second half, I bet both teams are looking at the adjustments they want to make and hope that they can make them work in the second half.
Right.
So if you're Coach Marlis, Yanni Marlis, all right, he's the coach for the Holy Name Cardinals, all right, what is your message to your team down 1-0 given what you saw in the first half?
You don't have to get it right away. You don't have to score in the first minute, the second minute, third minute. It's a long game. You're 1 goal down. It just takes, as we saw in the first game, takes a set piece, a PK, some kind of bit of luck. All of a sudden you're back, right? Yeah. Then you get the momentum. So I think it's be sound defensively to start the half. I'm a broken record tonight, but organize the first 5. Make sure that we kind of weather the storm right away as North they grew into the game quite a bit. So I think you make sure you weather the first 5 minutes of the storm, and then all of a sudden you pick and choose your moments.
All right, and with a minute to go, what is Ryan Monroe? What's he telling his players?
More of the same. More of the same. Just get the ball, get it moving. There's a lot of times throughout the first half where there's some 1-2 little bits of possession. You called earlier with playing back to the keeper, so they're looking for the right things. You can tell that they've done a great job so far in possession for a middle school team. I've been very impressed with it. So now it's what we always talk about it with our kids. The next goal is the most important one. If it goes 1-1, all of a sudden back to game on. We got to respond well to it. If you go down or if you go up 2-0, all of a sudden, the game changes again in a positive way. So the next goal is really, really crucial.
All right. So before we get this kickoff started, we want to thank our sponsors that have brought us here on WSON. Ryan Monroe, your local Edward Jones investment advisor at 700 Barrett Boulevard. And Shane Bogus, your local State Farm insurance agent at 2003 Stapp Drive.
So I know we're about to get started here. We're talking about our dugouts, and this is my 9th year here. So, we're probably 200 games into my career here, and I never knew we sat on the other side. So it's been at least a decade, probably longer. Mm-hmm. So why the switch?
I think it was just a switch I wanted to make because I always sat on that side with Brian. When Brian Crafton was the head coach. Sam Lange was the head coach. We sat on that side. That's just the side. When I played here, that's the side we sat on. That's always the side we sat on. When Brian left, I said, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to the other side. Right? And I think it was just me doing that out of I don't want to say, spite's not the right word, but it was I'm doing it just because I'm going to do something different than Brian did.
Yeah.
Right? This is my little thing I'm making my program.
Right.
Right. And I think it just cemented just a little bit to the guys hey, coach ain't going to do things the exact same way. But he's still expecting the same things. We want to go to Final Fours.
So I also like it because usually what happens is they put the referee in front of us.
Yes.
So that's why I was curious. One time somebody asked me, would you rather have him in your way all day? And I said, well, I'd much rather be in his ear a little bit versus, halfway across the field. So I think, you have a little bit more access to referees as well, which is could be a bonus.
Well struck ball just to the near post. If he had set to the back post, it's probably
in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We just spent last week down at we went down to Warren Central and played the Dragons, and number 9 in the state. Their referees had the headsets on. Looked like in sync out there, talking to each other. It was nice because
I was more 98 degrees.
Yeah,
but
98 degrees. Yeah, you got me.
I'm with you.
And I was telling them all you had to do was tell the near official, say, hey, can you just watch this? And he would whisper it into his microphone, and the center would hear him. And then, not every time you got it, but then the referee saw it, he might call it. It was nice. It didn't require yelling to communicate, which sometimes I feel because Coach Steele and I are loud human beings.
What?
No. I'm not as loud as Kevin, but I am
fair.
loud.
Yeah.
Okay.
He just is passionate.
Passion. It's never personal. It's passion.
No.
All right, so let's see here. We got the North with a deep throw in. Right there, you need to see a little bit better shape from North to have some couple players in that space.
So
make sure.
I felt like in the first half, you were asking about things for the second half that need to improve. Really there wasn't a whole lot of goal mouth chances in the first half for Holy Name. So what I'm looking for in the second half is making sure that the chances that they're going to create are clear cut, right, for Holy Name. So who do you think those guys are that are going to get those chances for them?
It's going to come from a couple guys. I think there's about 4 guys who can make something happen for Holy Name right now. I think it's going to be Zane Hazelwood. I think it's going to be Parker Haynes. It could be Beckham Womack on a free kick. Or there's one more that I'm overlooking. And where'd they go? Now I'm going blank. Owen Gillum, his brother is Adam Gillum, who played for us.
Okay.
Owen, he just has these spurts. He's a spurtability, right? I think that's like a basketball term more than anything else. But spurtability, he has it that he could do something fantastic at any second. Mouse puts a little different ball in. It doesn't go high. He hits it low and hard. Kind of changes it up a little bit.
Could he hit an in-swinger here?
Depends on where the keeper stands. He definitely can.
So what is your strategy on corners?
Defending them or attacking them?
Attacking
them?
Yeah.
I like putting bodies around the keeper a little bit to make them uncomfortable, force them to play, and force them to fight through a little bit of congestion, right? And then I'm pretty straightforward with it. We don't run a lot of crazy trickery on corner kicks. Don't go short very often. Here, North better watch out. As we said before, little Zerone out here, Christian. If they better keep. Just because he's little, he can play. So they better watch him.
Yeah, I remember watching him as a kid. Eduardo played on my travel team, and he was always kicking a ball, dribbling a ball, something. So it's fun to see him now at the age where he's getting out here on Colonel Field. For sure,
yeah. For sure. And here's Holy Name with 4 backs on one attacking player.
Yeah, and that's what we talk about, just kind of as they get to the next level, just tactically understanding, the situation. So obviously you're still 2 versus 1 up if you send another player forward. And now they're just dropping off.
Yeah, you'd like to see them give and now they've even got to the point they just let Oliver Google get wide open. Like, if you're going to stay back with him, you got to stay with him. They both split apart, and now he's wide open. It's worse than it was. I'd like to see Moises Arroyo. I'd like to see him here on the near side. I'd like to see him push up a little bit. I've coached him. He can definitely get involved in the attack. Maybe he's not a forward, but he can definitely step up and help play the ball into the box for them. If they got a switch, he could hit a diagonal because he's definitely got the leg for that. Let's see what Beckham can do here.
So this is trouble. He's set pieces again.
Yeah, set pieces, and I bring 21.
Coach, we are outside of our 5-minute window.
Yep.
Our 5 minutes into the half we always talk about. So I'm going to predict no more goals until the end of the game. So we might as well just take a break.
Yeah, we can go sit down, enjoy it like everybody else, right? All right.
Now we'll see how this plays out. It looks like, again, look for a switch here. If you can open up the other way next time, Miles.
Yep. Try to get it out.
Because now you've got it back on the same side. Holy Name's got it closed down on this side by itself.
This is a kid, Stennett Wiggins, that has improved just dramatically in like the last 2 or 3 years. He lives in our neighborhood, so he would run around and kick with Elliott and Miles, and was just, for a lack of better terms, when it first started coming around doing it, it was a hot mess. And now he's out here, he's taking touches, he's trapping the ball, he's heading the ball, he's using his chest, he's doing all these things where he just improves so much. So, Ryan Monroe deserves a big bunch of credit for that, too.
Absolutely. There's a lot of these kids out here that they seem comfortable on the ball. They seem like they understand their role. They can figure out the things that are going on. And as we said earlier, it's a big kid that they tried to run into there, and he fell over on his own. So.
Yep. Yeah, got some more good soccer here. Got some substitutes. And with 22, just under 23 minutes to play, it's still a 1-0 game for the North Middle School Cadets over Holy Name Cardinals. This we should have picked maybe a different perch. We got this bleacher up here. It's kind of maybe feels like it's missing a screw, and we're I'm rocking in it. We saw there's Will Thomas with a aggressive slide tackle, but got to make something happen.
That's right. Especially as the game continues to go, you're going to have to start pushing some numbers forward. So,
yep. And right now I think both coaches, Holy Name right now just needs to find something going forward. That's going to look like, and that might be it, hard work and pressing, getting up and trying to get the ball away from North further up the field.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of substitutions tonight. At least it doesn't feel like it. I know it's, we're getting deeper and deeper in the second half here, but it doesn't feel like there's been a lot of change on either side too much.
We have got a go kick for the Cadets, and this is where you see North. Do they recognize the players that the clock is their friend?
Right.
Every second matters as long as they got that lead. But then it can be a real problem if they give one up, and then they need more time to get another one.
It doesn't have a feel that Holy Name really has too much of an attacking side so far.
No, here's where I think it falls is they're young. Like they're younger. I think Zane's an 8th grader, but the rest of them are only 7th and 6th graders. They're going to be very formidable next year for at this middle school city championship level.
And not to say they're not right now.
No,
it's just
they're in the game. I mean, it's a 1-0 game.
Yeah.
But I think just the end of just not being able to get it done is going a little bit to they're younger than a lot of these North kids. Got a lot of 8th graders on the North side. Good pass. Caden Bogus got pushed around a little bit earlier. I don't think he was going to let Christian push him this time. 20 minutes to play, still 0-0.
Let's see if they get on the counter here. He's wide open in space. Now you got to recirculate your run. Good stop there.
Good soccer there. Yeah, absolutely. I like what I saw there. All right. Goal kick. Throw in, rather, for the Cadets. Ball off Beckham Womack, who his sister plays for you.
Yep, Bailey.
Yep.
Yep, she's been a great addition to our group this year. Great kid, works hard. And, one thing I really have been impressed with, too, is just her willingness to run all the time. She's not usually the biggest kid on the field,
right,
but she's not afraid to mix it up, which is what we love about her.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, she gets that honest from her dad. Dax still is not the biggest, and but he's never backed. He was never one to back down. He played that way. He went to school that way. He's just he just goes after it full all the time. And he was one of the great Henderson County goalkeepers even at 5'6". Just an amazing goalkeeper. Oh, Boone got him with a little bit of body.
Might be a card coming here.
Yeah, might be. For freaking out, for yelling at the ref. He's going to get a yellow card. He's going to hurt his team by yelling at the referee. What do you get from that? Nothing.
Didn't change a call.
Nothing.
Didn't impact it. And now, I don't know the rule in middle school. Do you have to go off in middle school?
I don't know either.
The high school level, you get a yellow card, you got to go off for a play, and then you can return.
No,
so
I think, Coach Agisalau or center center official, rather, Agisalau telling him, hey, he's got to come off.
And so the joys of this, and I watched this, I remember this when my brother used to play. They had a kid. This is bad how my memory is, but this kid named Mar Wayne, who's a really good player for Castle, got taken out. He had a yellow card. He literally went out for a play and then came back right away.
Tied it up.
So
who did I say would score? Owen Gillum.
There we go. Game on. 1-1 here in the city championship with 18 minutes and 43 seconds to go.
Owen Gillum.
And just like that, I'm going to game on again. Game on.
And that's where like you stop and as a coach you say, hey Boone, you had him on the outside. You were defending him. You didn't need to put that extra into him.
Well, and then followed up with
a card and get taken out.
Yep.
Because now you're not in to win the ball for us.
Yep. And I think that's where it's a learning lesson. You don't ever want to give up goals, but if you go on to win the game, you can also use it as a teaching moment and say, you don't respond to referee calls. You're not going to change their opinion.
Absolutely.
So let the coaches do that side of it. If you feel like it's been really bad, we'll handle it. But the referee hadn't been bad tonight.
No. But I tell you, there are very few people who know soccer as well as Harrison Geisler in this area.
Just as we talked about, right? The first goal, the second half, kind of changes the complexion again.
And that's Boone. Is he going to throw him out?
It's his second yellow.
He gone.
And now that's a red card offense.
Yep.
And this is not something I've seen in a middle school championship. You can actually hear the crowd is silent at this point.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
And one thing you don't really ever get a chance to do as a coach, because you run out of things to do with and there's a goal from Holy Name. They're off a second set piece and a second card there from
in the last
Thompson.
In the last 4 minutes.
Yep.
Probably less than that.
So now the game has been flipped on its head, especially now with North being down a player.
Yep.
So those that are unaware, in soccer, if you get a red card, that means the team has to go down a player. So currently North will finish the last 18 minutes, 10 versus 11.
And I've seen enough from North to know they've got the guys, but now they've got to.
It's mentally, can you get back focused to go finish the game off?
You got to put the emotions out of it right now. You can't be emotional about it anymore. And right now, North, Holy Name is chomping at the bit.
Yeah, you could see really, two set pieces, and they're kind of scrappy goals.
Yeah.
But they all count the same. So credit to Holy Name here. We got 17 and a half minutes to play, and the game is really getting going now.
Yeah, that's unfortunate with the card. That's unfortunate with
I think it's a little bit of a makeup call there. I didn't see much of a handball.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't see much of a handball. I don't know if a handball right there is the equivalent of a red card. But I mean, with what we saw with Miles earlier,
this is where you get
Stinnett.
Get
him in there with that big body, make a problem. No, he's got to put that on frame.
Oh, what a save from the keeper. Great opportunity there for North. A save, an unbelievable save from the keeper there.
Yeah, he's made several of those this season.
He might have hit his head on the post, though. Or the ground or something.
We'd like to see what happens here.
What a save, though, right?
Yep.
Full extension, gets out there, saves the shot, keeps the score at 2-1. We're at 16 minutes and 41 seconds still to play. As a keeper, I'm proud of that save. That's a full extension, game on the line save,
As a soccer player and coach, I'm impressed by that save. I mean, and
those are just instinct. Those are just reactions. You kind of, having been in those situations, he probably did it a lot better than I would have. But, having been a college level keeper, those kind of moments happen, and you just kind of have an out of body experience.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's not in the goal, and you're like, holy cow, I did it. So you do so much training, your muscle memory kicks in, and it's just a natural play.
Well, let's see what happens. 16 minutes to play. It's a 2-1 game. Holy Name coming alive. Holy Name coming alive. And now another battle there between Miles Pryor and Zane Hazelwood.
Yeah, and you can see referees got to get back control of the game again.
I would say, Here we go, another free kick. This is an opportunity for Miles to put one up. Yanni Marlis.
So it cracked me up last night with the coaching box. You know, we've as coaches have been really they've focused a lot on that, I think, over the years, just staying in our box. Last night, he got probably more steps on the sideline than I do throughout a school day. You know, I just was impressed. I almost asked him to wear my watch for a while so that way I get credit for some of those steps.
Yeah.
And tonight I think he's got the same, so it's pretty.
Yeah, I believe there was one point I looked up, and I think he was on the other side of half field.
Yes.
Like in the North coach's box.
Yep. I think he was taking a corner. I thought he was taking a corner one time last night.
I have a feeling North is going to get one. This thing's going to get to two.
Last five minutes, Coach.
I think it's coming. It's coming.
Again, these are the moments I think if Miles can play it, I think you get a few more bodies up, right? It's city championship, you got 2 goals.
Yeah, you don't need 4 fullbacks right here.
No. Get some of your bigger players up, and now instead of Miles taking it, the bigger player getting up, you flip that around, which is
if it works, it's a great ball. Yep. Standing and watching. Not anticipating anything else other than what happened to happen.
North just, again, has 4 defensive backs here. We're worried about, nobody back here.
I'd like to see him make that push, right? Another handball, maybe.
Be a throw-in coming this way.
Yeah.
And while we're here, we've got 14 minutes left in the city championship. We want to go ahead and take another minute to thank our sponsors. We've got Ryan Monroe, your local Edward Jones investment advisor, and Shane Bogus, your local State Farm insurance agent.
Yeah. Thank you. Looks like we're making more subs, bringing Angel off the field, and bringing Christian Zerone back onto the pitch here for the Cardinals.
Some good footwork there to get out of traffic, too.
Yep.
If you can get it just a little bit further up the field, it was really good footwork from them.
Parents getting excited.
I'm telling you, I think this is going to be a frantic finish in the last 13 minutes here.
Looks like center officials giving a verbal warning to North player. I don't think the official has had that kind of night to need that kind of to hear it from players.
No.
The yellow card, the foul was a foul. The yellow card for yelling at the referee was warranted. I don't know about the red card, but
I think if it stood by itself, I think it's probably a yellow card tackle.
Yep.
Just going away from goal.
Yep.
Upending the kid on that far side.
Yep.
I don't know if
from behind.
Yep. I don't know if in this kind of game. I think this is where the emotions come into play. Of now that the clock is slipping away and
the
extra pressure.
12 and a half minutes, but this has been the downfall of the Cadets this half is this ball.
Yeah, and, so
not there. They finally got that one cleared.
And this is what we talked about during the girls' game too, though. As a keeper and as a coach, I don't want that many players in the box. It allows for them to stay further up the field because you're deeper. Like they're staying on sides. So again, you just want to get people out of your face a little bit more as a keeper, and they've not done that so far. Switch it. Oh, switch it around the back next time.
Yep. Here we go.
We got a sub coming
We tried their quick restart, but it didn't really work. Referee had already called them on. But, you go back to those 2 goals. You see there were a couple opportunities for North to get something to them and not let those things happen, and they missed them both.
Yep.
Just like you said, all the bodies, hands coming up, not being really sure how to go about getting it out. And North needs a little bit more. You're already down a man.
So this is where, as a coach, I know you don't really work on playing down a player in a game, but Holy Name's not put much forward. You could almost sacrifice a little bit more in the middle of the field just to push some numbers further up.
I think so. I think in this last 10, I think Coach would do well, Coach Monroe would do well just to tell his 2 other wingers to stay all the way high.
Yeah.
And tell his midfielders to tell Miles, maybe, and whoever else you got in the midfield, every time you get it, just dump it. Just dump it.
3 at the back, make them play more narrow. That's basically what they're doing already.
Yeah. Run a 3-2-3.
Yeah.
Well,
it's not enough, but yeah.
Yeah, 3-3-3.
Yeah.
Maybe in a 3-2-4 and just say, go get it.
I think that.
I think you go 3-2-4.
You get the backside with your left back, pushing them further up the field.
Good tackle there. That might be a goal-saving tackle, really. Middle of the field.
And this is where it gets tricky because now there's hit him on the back of the head, but if he was in a little bit of space there, if he got over him.
He can't keep. Little collapse there. Little guys getting hit in the midfield.
Now they get up. Now this is where it turns into a lot of space.
Jack Monroe, nice little touch. Can he get by him? Oh.
Dribbled out. This is where the game's got to connect now. You got to get forward if you're
Yep.
if you're
Still
north.
plenty of time for the cadets. And they're still,
Go ahead.
Holy Name, got to hang on.
Yeah.
They got to hang on, too.
You got to finish the game off.
Yep. Looks like Beckham Womack's taking a break after that tackle on Miles prior for the shot. See how this throw-in works out. I like Holy Name. North really needs to get somebody in the central part of the field.
Uh-oh, here it is.
That's a goal. Nope, what another great save.
Yeah, you can see when it left his foot, it was going to be on target, and I said the same thing you did. It's a great shot there, good save.
I'm telling you, if this score stands, Owen Smith's man of the match.
I think so, too. The couple saves in the second half have really kept him in it.
Absolutely. That one was just a phenomenal save.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Play of the game so far for me.
Probably had no business saving it.
No.
That's one of those ones you're like, hey, should not have saved that. All right, with 8 minutes and 20 seconds left.
Still a lot of space here in the middle. This is where I would say North probably needs Miles to get a little bit further up.
Field, yep. You might pull him out and put Jack Monroe in the midfield and let Miles get forward and shoot and get the ball because you need a goal scorer.
Yeah. So if you're Holy Name, it's kind of all hands on deck defending now.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. Right now you're thinking, hey, they only got 9 field players.
Yeah.
We're not crossing midfield again. If we do, we're going to run as hard as we can with you by yourself. Zane, stay up there and run as hard as you can.
I was gonna say, I think you end up leaving one high and just match up everywhere else.
Yep.
I mean, you could get it. You have that luxury now.
Yep.
And just hit him on the counter.
And if I'm North, if that's the case, I put 2 back and I push everything else forward.
So we are with 7 minutes clock ticking. 7:10, 7:09.
Yeah.
So we are getting towards the end of the city championship here with Holy Name 2, North 1.
Yep. And this goes to what we talked about, the girls' game. How much of this has to go with Holy Name got to play last night?
Yep.
Sometimes I know we look at our games like, man, I don't want to play 3 nights. I really hate the idea of playing 3 nights in a row next week. Even if we're at home. I hate that idea.
Yep.
But getting that first game in, getting a little bit of rhythm because they looked sharp last night. How much of that, would they have been the same team tonight?
A little bit of confidence. So we got a little after party here. You can see tempers are kind of flaring a little bit.
Got people yelling at each other. What's going on over here?
6 minutes and 20 seconds.
20 seconds left while the referee takes a little
really long, hard look at this one here just to kind of get everybody on the same page.
Let's see what's going on here. We got a lot of extra stuff happening on the sideline. We'll take a second to recognize our sponsors and thank them for putting this on and having us out. Ryan Monroe, your local Edward Jones investment advisor at 700 Barrett Boulevard, and Shane Bogus, your local State Farm insurance agent at 2003 Stapp Drive.
Yeah, and we said there are going to be some fireworks in the second half here, and they're starting to get to a boiling point here.
It's been a physical game. Outside of maybe the one slide tackle, it hasn't been, I don't think, extremely dirty. There's been bodies. There's been contact. So something happened that I couldn't see from.
So there was a little bit of after as two kids push each other, and I think both coaching staffs are accusing the other of
starting and instigating. And
so I'll be curious to get the after report.
Oh yeah, looks like maybe the referees, the official crew, they did a good job of straightening things out. No reason to throw out cards. Let the kids, figure it out.
It's one thing that sports does for you, right? It kind of allows you to handle emotions and figure out after the game how to learn from things.
Yeah.
Good life lessons along the way.
And give North credit. Give North some credit. They're a man down, and they are 100% still fighting,
Yeah. And there's still one more chance in this game.
I think there is. Whether it's a set piece, corner kick, just a great run out and shot, or, as you mentioned earlier, a missed clearance. Somebody stands and watches. Great. Hey, that's a great pass down line if he can get it in.
And now we get some service out of it for North. If you're Holy Name, you got to clear your lines out and get out early.
And then
the break is on.
Yep.
This is what we saw in the first game. Holy Name kind of finished the game off on the counter. Good running from
Caden Bogus.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, well done. Very well done from Caden Bogus to get back on that ball. Interestingly enough, that's the foul that was committed that created the first goal.
There's lots of numbers inside for North if they can find it.
Oh, you got to pass it with the inside of your foot, bud. He passes out with the inside of the foot. We're in. If not, it's going out.
Good closing down from Holy Name, just kind of keeping pressure here.
Under 5 to play. Holy Name hanging on to that 2-1 lead.
Coach, dare we say it again?
Here we go.
Under 5.
Yeah, could be. Handball.
To see the, a little bit nervous bodies out here, right? Body language is starting to shift for both sides.
Here's where you got to get stinted.
Yep.
I think you got to get 50 in. You got to get 50. You got to get 24. I think you got to get them all in.
At this point, 4 minutes to go, I think you throw everybody in there.
I think you get all 20. I think you got to get all of them in there. What's for me right now? What's Caden Bogus doing out here? Like, if anything, go to the middle.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's got to give him something to. Yeah. That was just a miss hit there. Definitely love to have that one back.
Yep. 4 minutes to go. In the heated last 4 minutes. Let's hope it just stays soccer in these last 4 minutes. No more of the extra stuff on the sideline. No more of that. Let's just hope we get some more of the. Let's hope we get just more soccer.
Yeah. They're definitely taking their time on the goal kick here.
Yep. Yeah.
Taking the sting out of the game.
And they should be stopping the clock. It looks like they did.
So this is where we talked about Coach Pryor. I think everybody's kind of getting a little bit off topic here. They're delaying the game a little bit, so now you got to sub out that player as well.
Yep.
So that's what you would call a delay of game in our sport, which would be a yellow card offense.
Almost went down that time.
Yep.
Yep.
You can tell how tired a couple of these kids are. We got a few sitting on the field, ready to go. So we will see. The last time there was a yellow card, there was a goal.
Goal directly.
The time before that, there was a yellow card. There was a goal. Dare we say, a goal will follow.
Yep.
It's not their possession.
No, but they could win it back on the goal kick, couldn't they?
They could.
North's just kind of doing a little bit of standing and watching, all things considered. Like, they're not chasing down these throw-ins.
And that's going to get out for, I thought it
Another
was going to
throw-in.
go out for a goal kick.
Yep, if he wouldn't have touched it, it definitely would have been. Under 3 minutes to play. Holy Name up.
So you can see North now at this point, I think, has finally put everybody up. Right, they're
Yep.
finally now getting to that now or never type game.
Yep. Harris with the leave. You know, that was pulled the dummy.
We got our keeper up here for North, so we'll see if he can keep it back in play. Very good.
Very, very well done.
Yep.
In play.
So
Can't
Oliver
back
Google
up.
there had the ball.
Can't back up. 2 minutes. 2 minutes to play. Here's Tyler Payne.
And Holy Name is definitely just kind of holding on for dear life at this point.
That's a good ball.
Across.
Oh. 2 minutes to go. Holy Name leads North 2-1. And for those of you maybe watching home wondering why is the clock stopped? In the last 5 minutes of the half, the subbing team, if the winning team decides to sub, it stops the clock.
That way you can't just kill it all off.
Right.
Yep. So that might have been what I would just leave if you're North, because now Holy Name again just continues to build that pressure.
Still.
Potentially a handball. Handball going the other direction. Yep, for Holy Name now. So if you're Holy Name, you definitely are not in a hurry to get this one back in play.
Oh, man.
And that's going right into the Holy Name section over here. It's going to be out of bounds. We got some hustle there from our ball boy. Look at that.
It's amazing when the ball boys are looking to throw the ball back on the field.
And then the ball came back on the field and got punted back into the stands.
Yeah, well.
Lots of excitement everywhere tonight. And here we are. We are getting to the minute mark. We are just about under a minute.
It's not over yet.
Here at Colonel Field.
Not over yet.
So ball bouncing in the box with under a minute to go, 57 seconds to be exact. If North can win it here and get back on the counter.
Parker Haynes does really well.
And now this is where North needs to really, really take advantage of the ball.
Yep.
Keeper can get it and give one big
Yeah,
punt here at 37 seconds to go. It's definitely been a competitive game all the way through.
Yes,
which
it
is
has.
what you want to see.
Beckham Womack with a great win at midfield.
Good win. That win right there probably seals it.
It does. No,
that
a little
will seal it.
miscommunication. Yep. He was trying to set Miles up so Miles could play the longer ball upfield.
Play it up the field. You've got.
That's it. That's going to be the game, ladies and gentlemen.
So Holy Name is going to win the city championship 2-1 over North Middle School.
Yep.
In a very tight contest.
Yep. And we go back to 3 set-piece goals.
Yep.
We called it early, didn't we? Well, now we're finishing this out. Congratulations to the Holy Name Cardinals. Congratulations to the North Cadets on a great season. In the first game, congratulations to the Holy Name Cardinals again for winning the city championship, and the ladies on the girls' side. And congratulations to to the South Bulldogs for a great season as well. We want to thank our sponsors, Ryman Rowe, your local Edward Jones investment advisor at 700 Boulevard, and Shane Bogus, your local State Farm insurance agent at 2003 Stapp Drive.
Yep, and it's been a pleasure tonight. Thank you for WSON for being out here tonight and taking time out of your busy schedule, Mr. Greg Busby, to get out here and give some kids some access to some media. You know, it's great to see again for our community.
I hope everybody enjoyed it. We enjoyed being here. Thanks again.